Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm the Director for Rights Policy and Enforcement at the IPO. I started off my career working in computing as a techie, programmer, systems engineer, technical director. But back at the beginning of the 2010s, I fancied a bit of a change, and I was lucky enough to secure a job in the civil service. I've worked in a few different departments, the Foreign Office, Parliament, the Home Office. I love doing jobs which involve the law, politics and technology, and if I can combine all three of those together at the same time, then I'm in my element. And that's really what drew me ultimately to join the IPO, because the job advertised here combined all of those three elements. I think the first thing I'd remark upon is the team here at the IPO. Everybody in the directorate working with me is completely committed to doing a really excellent job. They are so expert in their field, and they really are passionate about IP and what IP can do for the public and for the world. In terms of achievements during my couple of years here at the IPO, I definitely call out the work that we've done with the music industry on the economics of music streaming. The team have done a great job getting up to speed on an unfamiliar industry and the real detail of how that works, fostering new relationships, building trust, and ultimately having a real impact on how that industry is operating, helping it to work more effectively to get remuneration to the people that deserve it. I'd also really celebrate getting our counter-infringement strategy published. That was a phenomenally huge piece of work that was underway when I joined, and it has really set a direction both for the team, knowing what they need to do on a day-to-day, week-to-week, year-to-year basis, but also setting expectations amongst our stakeholders about what they can get from us, what we're going to be doing to make the rights that they've registered with us or that they have acquired worth something in practice. It took a long time, but we got a really good outcome in our negotiations on the CP-TPP trade deal. In particular, I'm really proud of the patents team who worked so hard to secure a good outcome for the UK, making sure that the UK patent system's interests were protected whilst not standing in the way of the deal being concluded and achieving that win for the UK economy. Everybody's talking about it, so I can't possibly ignore artificial intelligence. It has the potential to reshape what intellectual property is and means in society, and it's going to be a real challenge for us to keep up, both in terms of policy making here in the UK, but also collaborating with international partners. Here at the IPO, we have a really strong commitment to evidence, and I am passionate about making sure that we evaluate our work more effectively, more thoroughly, and really embed that into our practice. We are pioneering that through the work on our counter-infringement strategy, where we have embedded evaluation from the beginning, and we have just commissioned an evaluation framework from outside experts, which we're going to be putting into place over the next year or so. I really want everybody in the team to be thinking about impact, and the best way to do that is to make sure that we're monitoring, measuring, and testing that. So I'll be really pleased to see the outcome and to see the way that that changes the way that we approach our work, as well as being able to tell us how well we're doing in terms of implementing our strategy. Of course, our counter-infringement strategy is still quite new. We're in the first phase of implementing. We've got lots to do, but we have already invested in placing staff in lots of our partner agencies, in upgrading the IP crime group and getting it on a fresh, firm footing, working with the City of London Police, and on building our National Centre of Excellence in Intel, which is really going to be the core of our offering to partners once it's up and running. Looking overseas, in the next year or two, there are going to be lots of international discussions on genetic resources, traditional knowledge, and traditional cultural expression in the context of intellectual property. I think these have the potential to really define and shape how we think of IP in our society as well as our economy, and I'm really looking forward to our teams taking part in those discussions and those negotiations. Back at home, we're really excited that we are able to resume our work on the designs review. and the team are gearing up for consultations later in the year and engaging with many members of the design community to look at how we can overhaul the legal framework and make it work better for designers to secure and defend their rights. Lastly, I want to focus on how we go about our policy making here at the IPO, making sure that we are focused on our vision for the system and the benefit that it can bring for the UK economy and for society more broadly. As policymakers, we should always be thinking about what we can do to have the greatest impact for the greatest benefit.